Well, guys, this isn't like super officially getting started, but we're about to soon. So I figure rather than explain this to TLO and then the stream and then the stream again, we could just maybe do this all at once. So I don't actually know, TLO, how much do you know about these holdout challenges other than my message of, hey, I need you to kill some noobs?
Well, I just know that my goal is to completely destroy anybody's
no remorse.
How good they think they are at StarCraft and destroy them as quickly as possible.
You got to be careful too, man. We've had some people, funny enough, nobody smurfed parting, or at least nobody successfully smurfed parting, but we had like Thermal Smurf Snipe, Rainer, Mana like Smurf Snipe, Neeb.
Okay.
I'm not going, I just want to let you know from my perspective, I'm not going to intentionally invite anybody to smurf you. I've got no plans like that set up today, but I'm just saying they've managed to sneak in the past. So,
okay, so it's possible.
Yeah. And to explain selection to both you and for everybody else, there are some people, we put limited numbers on this, as much as it would probably be very easy to make a couple $100 off of making this pay to play. That's not the intention. It's a community event. So there are going to be some people who get to skip the queue today because they purchased 1 of 10 limited passes. And then the rest of you guys are going to have a chance to play by just being in the chat. We're going to pick things at random. So it's not like, oh my God, Rifkin's playing favorites. What we've done classically is I'll ask you a very skill testing question, like name one other player on Team Liquid, for example. And
that's a rough one.
It's a brain scratcher for sure.
Is it Hey Pro?
Oh my. But anyways, the first person who answers will be the person who gets to challenge TLO. For TLO, I'm going to say for everybody's sake, we'll do Central as the default server, but East is definitely, if you guys are willing, because that's where TLO is going to be playing from. And then it is Challenger picks the maps. So you guys can think about whatever maps you can survive the longest on, but it has to be from this season's ladder pool. So no orbital shipyards. I know some of you guys have been begging me to add Fruitland to this. Nuh-uh. Just the normal ladder maps. You guys can't play to the normal. You have to play to survival. You're playing and here's the thing too for TLO, because this was actually never a problem until Parting lost to a diamond player. Did you hear about this, by the way?
No, I haven't. So please, pray tell.
So Parting is doing what Parting. He's just steamrolling everybody, and he's laughing his ass off. He's streaming too, so he's being extra cocky. And it was just this perfect storm of the worst, clunkiest Ling All In from this diamond player, and Parting playing just greedy enough to actually lose to it. What the fuck did we just witness? Who is Sharpshooter?
That's amazing.
It creates some drama because that actually falls outside the realm of what the spirit of the tournament is, right? The spirit is if you join up, you're going to lose versus TLO. And the question is, how long does it take for TLO to kill you? So if you win is often a question people ask. We've jokingly said, you're not going to win. There's no way you're beating a pro player, but apparently it can happen. So this time I have it set, guys. We're not going to be doing any extra prizing, and we're not going to deal with drama. It's just plain and simple. If you win versus TLO, your prize is the glory, but you will not place in the tournament because you did not lose to TLO.
Well, okay, I'm just going to put this up here. If anybody beats me, I'm going to put up $25 prize pool for me personally.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. That's how you encourage Smurfs, though, man. That's dangerous. Oh, shit. You thought I was like, ooh, easy $25. Let me just make a second account real quick.
We've also just pointed out we do have jerseys potentially that we could sign and give away. So, like, if something like that happens, because I think a pro player might be less interested in like a TLO signed Team Liquid jersey. So maybe go with that. You'll have to see.
I don't know if I could inquire into this. Could I purchase a jersey for us to award to first place or something?
I mean, theoretically, that would be possible, yeah. Would you
be down to sign a jersey for whoever has the first place prize today?
Oh yeah, we can absolutely do that.
Oh shit, dudes. Okay, because originally the prize was just going to be more gifted skins and more gifted subs, but I'll take the price hike, guys. So whatever it costs to buy the jersey and mail it to you guys, I'll cover the cost of that. And whoever has the best survival time today versus TLO, that is going to be the first place prize. So this is going to be a really sick event now. This was like cool. This is really cool now. Do you have anything you want to say to the fans before we get going and before I kick you off the call?
Just do your worst, guys.
Do your worst. The only time you can say that like with such genuine sincerity.
I know it doesn't come difficult.
All right, TL. I'll see you in a few minutes, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paging Kilokilo.
Kilokilo, please report to the lobby. Paging Kilokilo to the lobby. Also, the owner of a white sedan. Top middle side of the map, the challenger to this arena. The purple Zerg player, Kilokilo. Now, this is not your average game of StarCraft 2, and especially if you're watching this later, it might not make a lot of sense. So, real quick, this is the Holdout Challenge, where the goal is not to win this game of StarCraft 2, but to survive. TLO is obviously way better than most people in our Twitch chat and our community. As much as we'd all love to believe we're GMs, only TLO actually is. So, assuming that he's gonna beat your ass raw, the question is not, can you beat TLO in this best of 3 or something like a typical tournament? It is, can you survive more than a couple minutes? TLO has bulked up a considerable amount of Zerglings, and looks like he's ready to let loose on the other side of the map. Some spine crawlers were placed down. I'm a little critical of this because Kilokilo is gonna get surrounded. Usually if you put them at the top of the ramp, you can at least choke things off a bit, but TLO's first attack could just walk past these, frankly. However, Kilokilo does have a backup plan on his timer. He's put a drone down here to possibly sneak out for another hatchery later. TLO does walk right past those spine crawlers as predicted. We're already on a downward trend here for Kilokilo, but it is now about the time ticking. And for every player watching who's gonna like wonder or scratch their head, why doesn't this guy just leave? Because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to draw this out as long and agonizingly as possible. That way you get the best timer on that list. TLO now very aware he's gonna look for extra bases. However, there's only the one to find and he's already on top of it. So countdown begins. TLO with the preemptive GGs. Oh no, 5:02. Kilo, you could have bought yourself a few more seconds. Okay, well, Kilokilo sets a 5:02 timer. That is our starting number. That's the bar to beat today. It's game number 2 of the TLO Holdout Challenge, and we have one timer on the board. Kilokilo at 5 minutes and 2 seconds. That's the number to beat for everybody. Top left side of the map, an early pool, and no chill, of course, Team Liquid's TLO. And in the bottom right, the yellow Zerg, he is Virpi, Diamond League Challenger here. Oh man, I said TLO has no chill, by the way, and I guess it won't matter. We won't have to look at TLO's side of the map. We just have to look at this one. And poor Virpi has no idea that there's a spine crawler coming down right next door. Unfortunately, there don't appear to be any drones out on the map. Nothing to really work here in terms of extending his timer. I mean, he's gonna die here, but what's the timer gonna look like is the big question. I just feel so badly for poor Virpi. Comes in here ready to rock and roll, and then he's gonna get smacked down by TLO faster than you could say the entire first verse of the Bible, I guess. I don't know, something really long. I don't know where I went with that train of thought. Spine crawler does, of course, root in a pretty pristine position. Virpi with the lore. If he runs a couple drones away, he could build like extractors out on the map and buy some more time, but do not take pride into the equation, guys. You are meant to be shameful and disgusting, and you want to do everything in your power to survive as long as possible. Sadly, for Virpi, he's got so few buildings that he's gonna lose this game probably sub 4 minutes. That will put him on the board technically, but these are pretty, I think these are pretty reasonable times to beat. I don't want to say easy because it's TLO, right? He's gonna kill everybody pretty mercilessly today, but I have to say this looks pretty reasonable to beat. What am I watching? Tell me, you're watching a massacre. GG, 3:29 on the clock for Virpi. But this next one I'm excited for. It's another Zerg player. For those who don't know, one of our moderators, Slowly Falling, has a son who comes out to play in every single Holdout challenge. He has kind of won the hearts of the audience over time, so I think it's going to be really cool so he can fight again versus TLO. TLO, I gotta warn you about something real quick. DinoZerg is a bit of a celeb, but he's also very young, and his mom is a mod, so crush him with dignity. All right, check races and say when ready. I'll crush him with all my power. See, that's respect right there. You know, you don't pull punches. Oh shit! TLO is choosing to play Terran. This, oh my god. Okay, for those who don't know, back in the day before you knew Team Liquid pro player TLO, he used to play Terran. And he swapped out of it years ago. And then I asked him for this challenge if he wanted to play Terran. He said he probably wasn't going to feel comfortable enough to do it. But boom! Bada bing, bada boom! This might throw everything for a loop. Poor DinoZerg like studies and prepares. He's like ready for the sickest ZVZ of his life. And he's like, Terran? Terran? What a... Terran! Also very young. In the top middle side of the map, this guy was once upon a time playing a game of StarCraft with his brother. Put the game on pause so they could resume when they came back from school, only to have his mother turn off the PC. This boy has seen it all, and he's been treated rough, and he still comes out looking like an ace player. So at the top middle, looking for a bit of no good cheese, it is DinoZerg. And of course, he challenges the man himself. But wait, dude, Purity in Industry is like a map similar to Scrap Station, and TLO has gone back to a race he played during that era. To the right middle, the red Terran from Team Liquid, TLO. It's 2 racks for TLO, but in a bit of a funny fashion, because this looks like the type of terrible 2 racks I would do. But I don't think TLO is going to take a quick command center behind it, but instead layer some Reapers forward. Now, this is actually really clever out of DinoZerg. Whether he was planning to do this or not, or this was in reaction to reading what was coming, he's gone for speed. Speed plus Zerglings will deal with Reapers, not like perfectly, but it will deal with Reapers. And if TLO can't finish him off quickly with Reapers, transitioning out of this is actually pretty expensive for Terran. So this is going to be fun to see. Ooh, I didn't even see him sneak that drone out of the base, boy! Now this is great because by taking it here, just the distance TLO has to bounce back and forth is quite long. And that time travel, time is money, right? Time is how you win this challenge. So the longer it takes TLO to bounce back and forth, the better. Now, of course, we see this other racks trying to come down. It's funny to see, but TLO probably doesn't know about the speed.
He kind of sniffed out when I was playing, I think.
Because remember, he comes into this, and I don't think there's a... TLO's not an arrogant guy, but there has to be this aura of confidence saying, like, look, I know I'm playing low league players. I know I'm playing total noobs. You know, he probably doesn't expect them to do things to rush speed.
I'm listening.
No, have to be super careful.
So Command Center gets taken at home. He's going to have to play this out a little bit more than maybe he wanted to. But these Lings should be able to hold off the Reapers. But it's funny because if DinoZerg played any other way that we've seen other people play, like let's say he turtled up with spine crawlers, or just built a bunch of queens or something, like that actually wouldn't maybe deal with this nearly as well as what should be speedlings. Now, of course, as you can see here with some grenade and Reaper control, it's not easy to deal with the Reapers. I don't think it's ever considered easy, but it's a lot better than if he was sitting here just being chipped away at while those Reapers ran around spine crawlers. So this is pretty cool. It's already buying a ton of time. You see TLO has to wait between these cooldowns to actually engage. It's one of his own Reapers. Oops. But I mean, if this goes down to macro at any capacity, TLO did expand. So I don't think this is going to be a big stretched out 20-minute game. Yeah, there's not a lot to actually kill here. It's still a base that needs to die for sure. But it also baits the Lings out to the open potentially, which is both a good and not a good thing. The barracks sees where the Zerglings are. He knows he's safe, but the Reapers would have a better time fighting them in the open than up in that little choke, but also worse times because there's no cliffs to hop up onto. DinoZerg's making a bold choice here to go for a counterattack while this goes on, and TLO might not realize that DinoZerg actually snuck out a drone out of this.
That's not another drone.
He may rebuild the base. Oh, no, because TLO's a goddamn pro. He makes sure that that's not the case by re-rallying one of the Reapers over while he micros this fiesta of a fight in the middle of the map. Hellions are joining in now too, and these Zerglings have been a huge problem, but DinoZerg's capitalizing on the time from this, right? TLO's wasted a bunch of time in the middle of the map, but DinoZerg's already taken first place. But to the top, he's also building hella spine crawlers, which will buy him a lot of extra time. Not necessarily versus Reapers per se in this case, but will stop Hellions and Reapers from killing him quickly. So this is going to be really cool. The Holdout challenge is really, he's holding out in the main. It's name of the tournament, guys. Name of the movie. to root for DinoZerg in this one. Oh, the grenades actually flip the legs on top of the Reapers, helping with the surround, but still for DinoZerg. He doesn't have enough units to really fight this out. Whatever these spine crawlers trade for, they will slowly bleed out. Oh man, grenades are so gross. Every Zerg player is feeling this one. Now, there's a little bit of solace. There's another base that was taken, and maybe could theoretically transfer over, but we are approaching the end of DinoZerg's lifespan here. Like, TLO's pulling the boys. He knows he can finish this off, but of course it comes down to time. This is looking like some good time for DinoZerg, though. The repositioning of the spine crawlers is funny. Yeah, we're already on the almost 7-minute mark. This is a pretty high scoring time. This is really the cheesiest version of Terran I think I've ever seen. It's the standard 7-minute Reaper Hellbat SCV pull all in. Remember, it's not about a typical fight. TLO's gonna win this, sure, but he also has to kill every building remaining at this stage. In fact, part of me kind of wishes DinoZerg had built a spine crawler over here and just walked it up and started running with it. But okay. The clock begins to tick. And frankly, this is going to be the end. And that's actually, you see TLO already spreading out to look for other bases, making sure there's no shenanigans. But yeah, Reapers getting flicked by the spine crawlers used to be the coolest, craziest thing to me, but they happen so often, so frequently now. I'm just gonna, oh, did it happen again? I didn't even notice. All right, that gets killed. This is gonna get killed. That's it for DinoZerg 8-12, guys. Pretty solid time from DinoZerg.
8 minutes left. Not that good.
But to the top middle part of the map, now playing Protoss because, and I quote, "Intaro Adun, motherfuckers." We have the blue Protoss, Team Liquid's TLO. Okay, Morphilator says, you know what, TLO? You feel free to muck about in my natural. I ain't wasting time for this. I'll just go straight to spine crawlers in the main. And you know, with Terran units, this was already pretty good to hold off against. I think this is even better versus Protoss, actually. Well, with the exception of a tech swap. Because TLO says, oh, you're gonna build a bunch of spine crawlers? Money says a void ray pops out of this Stargate. Oh, the full wall off. He's also stuck some drones out too. Now, for those who don't know, Morphilator has played in the previous Holdout challenges, and he's actually, I love that we're starting to see, you know, we haven't done a lot of these events. We've done like maybe 5 or 6 in total, stretched out over half a year. But I love that we finally have some people who are not just regulars, but kind of figuring it out, right? Cluing into the fact that you're not playing a normal game of StarCraft. You're not playing your dad's ladder match. You're playing the Holdout challenge, and you gotta play as dumb and turtly and ridiculous as possible. Now, I thought this was going to be a void ray. It goes straight to an oracle. I mean, that'll still work because it should be able to zip over here and take out several of the drones. Because no matter how much somebody Morphilator turtles up on one base, he is ultimately stuck on one base. In fact, I have no idea why he went lair. I don't know what this could possibly lead to for him. maybe a Nidus storm to transfer some drones around the map or something. But he's going to need more spores. He's gonna need a lot of queens. Frankly, spine crawlers are great for buying time. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. Clever place. I love chat. Dude, I love that you guys in chat are so into this. I wish I had chat on screen right now because everyone's actually 1000 IQ ahead of me. But this all like, well, it's actually, oh, we killed the Oracle. Sick. It's actually to give the base more health. That makes a lot of sense, actually. You'll hold out even longer. I actually have no problems with this. The more time he can buy here, the more time he has to get some spores up over there. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. It's stupid, of course, but this is looking like it might actually beat DinoZerg's time. And DinoZerg already had a pretty impressive time, in my opinion. In fact, not even might, just the amount of time it will take to kill all these buildings. And let's assume for a second it is like 5 void rays, right? Maybe Morphilator just unburrows the spines and runs for it. Run and gun. All right, TLO did not know about this. I think what's funny is it looked like he was flying around. Maybe he was checking the base on the way, but it looked like he was flying around the slow fields. Either way, it kind of works out. He'll kill this hatchery and stop the island base shenanigans. Oh, look at that. Beats out the cancel. Goes for the drone. Oh, he knows he needs to kill it. He can't leave this alive. Oh, but like I said earlier, he's gonna need so many spore crawlers. And what's great is queens would have been phenomenal here. Void rays, as powerful as they are, queens are a lot better at fighting these because it's actually gonna be able to transfuse. But he's breaking his wall open so he can escape with the drones, I guess. There's no cannons, but he's getting proxy robos for, I guess, immortals to break the spines. He's gonna run the spines. He's gonna run the spines. Now look, they're slow off of creep, right? But it still buys time. Like, and that's what I'm talking about here. This is all about buying time. Oh my god, the transfuse into the layer is so stupid and unnecessary. There's so many spore crawlers that are gonna die out to lack of creep. What he needs to do is get a creep tumor down. Oh, he's actually got one. He's ahead of me. Spreading creep in his own base because he's a genius. All right, now for TLO, look, he's gonna break this eventually. Probes are being pulled. He's obviously feeling very confident about his position. Spines are being chased down by the immortals. It's hilarious to see for sure, but like we said, it's all about time. And you know what? I said this would beat DinoZerg's time. DinoZerg had an 8-minute, 12-second timer, guys. That's actually maybe looking pretty far off at this point. If this was like a hatchery or something, I'd feel more confident, but I mean, the spine crawlers essentially lead TLO right to the other buildings. I mean, everything's being revealed anyways, I guess, but though I'm sure there'll be a last-second build here, right? He's got one extractor in his pocket he can throw down in a pinch. He sets the time out for as the buildings die. Meanwhile, the spine crawlers, the probes surround out of the spine crawlers is so good. Or spore crawlers, excuse me. Is this on the balance test mod? Someone asks in chat. Bro, are you kidding me right now? You think, how extreme do you think the balance changes are that this is what a game would look like on the balance test mod? Like, dude, I don't know. Shit could get wild with these changes. I see pro players complaining all the time. Okay, I may have queued that up a little too soon. But the sentiment's still there. He does take first place. 8:18 on the clock. Morphilator.
I think I'll do Protoss again. Because purity of industry and then the roughest Zerg.
MTTV. What could this possibly stand for? Monkey Trade TV? Perhaps you're an idiot. Oh my god.
And I think it's one gate, Stargate, proxy. It's my move here.
Spawning here to the top, center side of the map. look at this boat. Oh, I'm young. Don't hurt me too much. It is the whoa. He's not gonna be here in the top center side of the map. It's GeneralTso. TLO swapped it up to Protoss though on the right, and okay, this is yeah. All right, I like the idea. And this would work really well versus Zerg, but I don't know how. Oh, fucking A. Gonna not work versus Protoss. TLO's proxy. This is so great, actually. He doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize it. He's blind countering the proxy gate. Oh my god. FrostyDayo is a genius. This is... Okay, I'm gonna wait for TLO to see it before I say something. This is the sickest blind counter I've ever seen.
Okay, that's well, I have no problem with that.
TLO pokes into the main base, obviously aware. Like, there's no doubt in my mind TLO knows exactly what's going on, right? This is
I'm going proxy Stargate anyway.
this is not a big skill like leap of like what could it possibly be. I think he knows, but like what's he gonna do? Cancel the gateway? He's gonna have to adjust. So we'll see the cyber core come down. Gas has been taken. He's gonna work towards air units. Are you the balls on this kid? For those who know, FrostyDayo is actually really young, like 15 type thing. He's not joking with that. He's a regular on the channel, so we know him well from Beast of the Hill. But look where he put this supply depot. What a fucking baller. Are you kidding me? That's actually so sick. Now, TLO has pulled probes to fight the SCVs, I guess, in turn, which is hilarious because I guess he does. I kind of wish he would just go ham on the production here and get his income rolling, because it's gonna be expensive getting to that island base. Now, it looks like with just a little bit of worker micro, like this is actually, you can see how far a little bit of worker micro goes in this fight, but while FrostyDayo has his SCVs killed, none of these really mattered. They got the engineering bay up because he's going to build a planetary fortress out of this eventually, crushing any ground units that would come. But the problem with a move like this, as cool as this is you need Widow Mines versus Protoss. Void Rays are going to come in, and if you've got missile turrets, they're going to be laughable. TLO's actually doing double Stargates, and still, I do not believe he knows. He does not know.
I wonder if it's like or something, you know, that would be really smart.
So he's gonna, you know what's gonna happen? Basically, he's gonna go up here, try and kill the base that's all turtled in. You know, the command center, whatever's gonna be lifted, floating around, being annoying. Barracks maybe, because he's gonna probably make that planetary. And TLO's gonna chase all these around, not realizing that the one building he needs to actually kill, other than this, is this. It's too good. Double Void Rays are on the way, and of course, it is a matter of getting those out quickly. Now, I thought he'd make a planetary. I'm actually really glad he didn't.
Hope there's not like a million turrets.
He's using the money on missile turrets instead, but unfortunately, because he never went down the tech path of like a barracks, I don't even know why he took gas, because it's not like he can build a factory and start building Widow Mines. He'd have to build a barracks first, then a factory, then the Widow Mines. So he has to rely purely on missile turrets for the time being, which for TLO is dangerous because he knows he doesn't want to give him too much time to build these missile turrets. But if he comes in from the other side, like
come from the left side right away.
The mineral line is exposed. That's the problem here. I love the idea of putting these a ring around the island. What these really needed to be was a ring around the command center, because right now, without any Widow Mine support, TLO can just dodge around them. That's exactly what's gonna happen here. Sadly, this is not gonna work out for FrostyDayo the way he wanted it to. I will say though, this was a baller move. And anyone who disagrees is just wrong, in my opinion. I guess he could float the command center over the missile turrets. It's better than letting it die for nothing. But unfortunately, without any more cash, he can't continue to expand his missile turrets to cover his mineral line. So, regrettably, this game is already over. We all know that, but it's just a matter of how long. And for TLO, I imagine probably the confidence of 4 Void Rays will just plow through these missile turrets.
I think I can take out 2 turrets at a time. So with like go prismatic alignment.
Yeah, especially with prismatic alignment set. Now, of course, with the command center still alive, TLO doesn't get the base reveal on the map yet. He doesn't actually know about the engineering bay at the top left, nor the supply depot within his own base. But with this last missile turret going down, he will be able to chew away at this command center and then get that reveal. Still, though, the timer, man. The time doth tick, and I don't know if we're going to see anybody beat 8 minutes on this one. But GeneralTso is certainly going to be placing top 3. No question about it. Okay, here goes the command center. Of course, it's not an instant reveal. He'll get away with this a little bit longer. But here's the question, guys. Does TLO find out about the depot before the reveal? We're watching his vision. He's got no idea. There is nothing else being built right. Oh my God. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Depot revealed in his own base. Turns on it. So cheeky. So silly. I love it. But yeah, this is the last building at the top left. So GeneralTso is counting down the timer at this point.
Alright, that was so on eBay. I should have known that.
Raising and lowering the depot, because what else can you do? You've got nothing. This is actually a really impressive play. I gotta say, it was executed poorly. It could be done a lot better, but all in all, I like it. So GeneralTso, what's the timer? 7 minutes. I'm gonna say 7 seconds. Almost. 8 seconds. We'll give him the 8. We'll give him the 8. 708. GG.
Nice try. I think it was really important that I intercepted the SCV. Sorry, but yeah, I should have figured this out. I'm random. Let's see what I roll. Third, okay. So here on this map, there's no air spaces.
We have a new challenger to the arena. This guy is the second best mono battler player I know. He would be 1 if he could beat me, but in the bottom right, it is the Blue Terran Catharsis. AKA, I'm a backstabber. And he's asking TLO if he remembers him, punk, because TLO did him dirty in a Beast of the Hill match some time ago. I believe his Catharsis was trying to nuke TLO, and TLO like knurled the ghost or something silly. Top left, back to Zerg though. It is the red Team Liquid player, TLO. You destroyed this poor man's ego in a Beast of the Little match. He hasn't stopped crying for months. Stop nuking yourself. I will nuke you, punk. It will happen. Okay, obviously a little bit of fun banter, but TLO is, again, pulling out the no chill card. And while he's had to kind of muck about with his off races a little bit, he knows what he's doing with Zerg. And this proxy hatchery is going to lead to likely, I imagine, Roaches and Ravagers. Something that pro players know how to deal with. You build a bunker, you get set up a turtle on the main base, and that's a normal play. I feel like this move should be even worse versus this holdout challenge, because theoretically, as a Terran, you know, here's my suggestion, my honest to God suggestion, and if any of you play today and execute this, I say bravo. You know, if TLO's playing Zerg especially, I'm not saying this will work as well versus Terran and Protoss, but if TLO's playing Zerg, fully off the top of your ramp, 2 bunkers, get an engineering bay, research building armor. Bros, building armor is insane for increasing the survivability of things like this. And your bunkers will pretty much never die. The corrosive biles will still hurt, and they'll still take them down slowly by slowly, but there's no auto attacks in the world that will break your wall. So you can build like 5 or 6 layers of bunkers and buy so much time. And this is for a your command center build. Like, I've got so many crazy ideas rattling in my brain about ways to deal with this for the holdout challenge, but I think it's undeniable now through 3 different instances of you guys building building armor in the previous challenges. It has convinced me that building armor may be the single strongest upgrade to increasing your survivability through time. Okay, no, wait, what? He's built double layers of supply depots, but then leaves a gaping hole wider than your mom in this case, and that's it's a little worrisome because I don't know what the plan is. TLO's dancing the Overlord. It's so rude. What do I have to do to convince you? Uh-oh. Not do what you're doing. He doesn't know yet, which is funny. He's gonna know now. There we go. So unfortunately, the way this was built, okay, it doesn't hit 4, but I think you can hit 3 depots with a single corrosive bile if it mattered. Unfortunately, though, while he did have aspirations to get a ghost out, not gonna happen. He aspired to too much, methinks. That wasn't even a wall. That's not even a wall. Are you kidding me? Oh no, this has gone terribly for Backstabber. Catharsis, rest in pepperonis. A for effort for the attempt on the ghost, my guy. I'm just so sad and genuinely disappointed it didn't work for you. Now the funniest thing is, like, buildings aren't fast enough to outrun corrosive biles, so you could theoretically chase this with Ravagers, I guess. And oh no, he lost the command center. He doesn't. He went the wrong way initially. There we go. He's found it again. Can we give him +1 minute for going nukes? We can give him +1 points and like we'll remember that he tried to go nukes, but oh, awkward. Quit hitting yourself. But regrettably, guys, the timer is the timer, and there is no bonus points or extra free time. Like, oh, this guy did what Rifkin wanted him to do. Let's give him 30 seconds. No. Let's shut all that down now. Not gonna happen. So this is purely on the timer, and he is, in fairness, dodging like a champion, but like a command center is now burning, and it will die if left on its own. He could possibly land, like if TLO would leave him alone, land it, drop a mule or something. So it's important that TLO doesn't leave it alone. You can see him trying so desperately to float this dang thing around. And the whole time I'm like, why didn't you just lift your other barracks and do this too, dummy? But with that, I think we're coming to an end. Last buildings. Catharsis' time is coming up. 5 minutes and 51 seconds. GG. So, Sharpshooter's coming up next. And fun fact, if you guys listened to the pre-show banter when I was talking to TLO about what happened, Sharpshooter is the guy who killed Parting. And I'm going to make sure TLO knows about that. I don't know if it's
Okay.
gonna scare him or anything.
That's good information. To get this done as quickly as possible.
But in the bottom left side of the map, we have the DinoZerg Sharpshooter, TLO playing red, and then I gotta see what he's talking about here. He says, check out my stream.
It's atrocious, especially that stupid little control thing there in the bottom. It's so distracting. Like it's just wherever my camera goes, it goes.
This is some like like, was this supposed to be like an arcade? It's got the little player one. Now, I had talked a big game about how Sharpshooter defeated Parting, but I really want to highlight that game was, as I've described many times, the perfect storm of an all-in versus a player play, just greedy enough for it to work. TLO, as you can see, is actually kind of prepared for this, funny enough. Like, a Baneling nest is already on the way. It's only going to really take 1 or 2 Banelings to seal this deal. 2 queens on the ramp, meaning there's nowhere for Sharpshooter to run. And I mean, he's going to go all in with this. There is, to a degree, like this, the old school was Sun Tzu, the art of war. The best defense is a good offense, right? And I applaud this, but you're not really trying to win, remember. You're just trying to hold on. So, well, this could work and get a little bit pressure here for TLO. At some point, TLO maybe just bounces back across the map. Easier said than done in this case, and oh my god. This has actually gotten so much better for Sharpshooter than I anticipated. TLO's pulling drones seriously. This is like, we're not joking anymore that this got a little bit scary. Sharpshooter, I don't think is going to win off of this. But, you know, when that 3rd queen fell, I just went, holy sh**. Not again, dudes. Not again. Lings, head up to the main. Oh my god, wait a minute. Is that the goal? Do I have to play TLO now? I really hope that's not the case. It's almost the case. Okay, thank god. I'm still safe. It's almost I can't even cast it. The Baneling Fest is coming in. And we're going to, of course, see, oh, a little bit of wiggle room here for the Lings as they try and avoid this, hoping that these kind of just feed out. But you know what? I say sack the drones, keep the Lings alive. This has been a crazy fight, though. Oh, you guys are real sons of bitches. You know that? All right, Queen running away from this Zergling, slowly floating into the abyss. Goodbye, Rocket Man. Sharpshooter is in some trouble. But you always are in the Holdout challenge. Now it's questioning how much longer can he survive. He still does have 4 spine crawlers and a good chunk of Zerglings. TLO is going to eventually bust this, but clock tick at 6 minutes. Not looking too bad, but not looking good either. Now he's going for the final bust. 7 minutes. Where are we getting here for Sharpshooter, guys? Does he have anything else on the map? Doesn't look like it. Clock's ticking. 7 minutes. Now we're counting down. This is going to get a top 4 time, though, and bump Catharsis off the list. But 7:20 on the dot. Sharpshooter, 7:20. Can the challenger bring the fight to TLO? What do you mean, little good? Do you mean, like, can you try and kill TLO? You're welcome to, for sure. You don't just have to play defensive. There are no rules. That's the thing. Like, it is survive as long as possible at whatever the cost. Float your buildings, proxy buildings, take the fight to TLO. Try and kill him for all I care. The idea is to see how long you can survive versus TLO.
Alright, let's think about this one. Donor Empire. Do best to this to keep the record low. I've been pretty aggressive. People might start adapting to that a little bit. Gonna play pretty standard in this one, potentially with a Nidazole in and just roaches. That happens pretty quickly too. It's a big map, so we want to negate that. 2 base economy, super quick layer, mass roach. I think that sounds solid.
He is one of my longest time subscribers and one of the cheekiest shits I know. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna censor it. He's one of the cheekiest shits I know in the bottom left side of the map. A fellow Canadian. He is the Aura Red. I almost said orange. Fuck. The orange. No, the red Zerg player Therminator. And to the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg TLO.
It's actually really fun to me because it's like, it's not like playing StarCraft, but it's like trying to solve a puzzle. Like a StarCraft puzzle is like, there's chess puzzles. This is a StarCraft puzzle.
Yeah, if you guys have ever seen Therminator play, he's pretty ridiculous. He's pretty funny. And I don't know what he has in store for this, but I know he's been around since our very first versions of this. I mean, for those who don't know, quick little backstory on how this whole thing started was we were sponsored by Ting at the time, and they were looking to do something a little bit different. Like, we've already done tons of StarCraft tournaments with them. They've sponsored Neeb through many WCS events. How could we change up the game? And how can we invite the fans to play? So this kind of ended up being a test thing we did with Neeb and Ting a while ago. But it worked out, and even after Ting wasn't sponsoring these, you guys kept asking for more. So the first couple with like Rainer and Parting, I paid completely out of pocket to ensure that it would happen, and then you guys built on that. Then this one, y'all did on your own. I didn't have to put $200 in and just be out of money from one of these. So I'm really excited to see that you guys are getting into these. And I will say really quick, I think part of what makes them great are they are special. So I don't want to make this like a weekly thing. I think the rule right now is once a month at most, and we're going to stick to that for a while. As far as future holdout challenges, I did actually reach out to a couple of players, and I know a lot of you wanted to see Cyril and others, and I reached out, but either no responses or not interested, because I think in fairness, a lot of them are probably looking to gear up for TSL, Shopify, and all that. So hopefully maybe next month we'll find somebody, but right now I don't have any follow-up hold-up challenges queued up. So I love that TLO pre-splits. He's looking all over the map with the links. He's like, all right, buddy, where are those proxy hatcheries? Where are those drones? Nada, nothing. Terminator's actually just turtling up super hardcore in the main base with roaches, which are going to be super obnoxious to break.
I think that's smart. Like, basically, he was taking his chances against me playing like a 12 foot or something.
Well, luckily, the hatchery here will have its health kind of made up for by the fact that it'll be a layer, I guess. Oh, TLO's building a Nidus-Worm. This will be kind of cool. There's a bit of dead space to work with, but there's nowhere in the base that Therm won't be able to see. I spent 1 month living on the East Coast during the winter, and oh god, I never want to go back. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it. It's too much. It's too cold. It's too snowy. It's too blizzardy. I hate it. So shout out to the strength that these guys all have. Oh, I didn't realize TLO would double Nidus-Worm. I saw him go for a Nidus-Worm. I didn't realize he went for 2. But you know what? Therm's not reacting to either of them, so they're both gonna get up. You know, this Queen's mighty Queens, because that's the thing. TLO has also very brazenly pulled all the drones with him. So he's got all the extra little drone DPS for this one, but Terminator is ready for some sort of fight to come in from the front. That's not how this played out, sadly. And TLO's already smashing the building. So I guess Terminator could maybe create a concave at the bottom of the ramp, buy some more time, but all of his buildings here are like super dead. 100% dead. All right, so he's going to create kind of a small concave at the bottom of the ramp. I mean, the thing is though, TLO could just Nidus-Worm around it though, which is funny to consider. I think he might just break it though. He's just got the numbers. I like the idea of what Therminator had here, but unfortunately the execution just not there. Oh, Gross the Boss snipes the Queen too. Oof. A lone drone out on the map to build an extractor. Oh, it's not putting it close to anything though. Oh, he's racing. He's running. Clock's ticking. Terminator's time is coming near. Let me get this pre-written out. Terminator. 6 minutes, 20 something seconds. This is the last building he has on the map. He's saying GG.
I wonder who's going to be the first person who fake GG me.
6:34. GG Therminator. Let's get back into the StarCraft side of things because he comes back again for round 2. He's Mr. No Good. Mr. lifts his command center to the bottom. Wait. You're so stupid. This is so not worth it. It's FrostyDayo. It's GeneralTso. Okay, top middle side of the map is the blue Terran this time, TLO. So on the upside, it's gonna be okay. Actually, here's the thing, guys. Look, a lot of you are laughing at this. I actually think this is a sick move. So he's lifted up again. This is the second time he's played, and TLO's gonna likely assume that he went to the island, but he didn't go to the island. This is so stupid. Also, to explain some of their banter here really quick, we have to go back to the lobby where GeneralTso joins the game and says, "Don't you ever tell me to out again." And then TLO claps back by saying, "Don't worry, I will in just a couple of minutes." So, yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be brilliant if TLO doesn't suspect it, but I have to imagine his SUV is probably shift queued around a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna go to the gold or not, but this is actually some top tier mind game play, I feel. In fact, if TLO were to lift this and go to the island, yes! Oh my god! Brilliant. Because if GeneralTso had just, if he had actually just gone straight to the island, if he actually just built the command center here and started mining, he wouldn't really have much to defend. In fact, a barracks like this would probably be landing around the same time GeneralTso's own barracks would be finishing up. But instead, he went to the bottom and TLO has, well, he's, look at that. I told you, the SCV would look for this. This was some sick mind games though, because the barracks lands and there's nothing here. Sorry, I got nothing. There's no level of analysis that can explain what's happening. Anyone who just tunes in and doesn't know what this challenge is, you're just SOL. But TLO is gonna proxy a factory down here, and this will be dealt with, I'm sure. Now, one of the worst parts about GeneralTso doing this, like, as cool as the mind game element of this is it ultimately does stunt his economy, his growth. He won't have money to work with. Oh my god, he's playing the double down. He goes down here to the bottom left only to return to the middle right, and TLO would never expect it, because why would you? Who in their right sane mind would float from here to here only to build back here? He's a genius. In fact, it's only gonna get better if he flies to the island with that command center. The big brain plays, boys. I think that might actually be the case because he's building an engineering bay, by the way. But what's really kind of funny in this case is if he did have a planetary fortress, these things are ridiculously frustrating to deal with as Terran without the aid of a siege tank. But it's not a planetary fortress, so the Hellion does come in here and just starts roasting SCVs with relative ease. Random buildings just all around the map, and they all just happen to be in TLO's blind spots. This is fantastic and stupid, whimsical and magical. GeneralTso's trying to get the gas because he can't build a planetary, by the way. That's why you saw him stack up his SCVs, but all that did was line them up for the Hellion shots while they were queued for the refinery, so whoopsies. Oopsie doodles. TLO's scouted back this way, so unfortunately, as cool as I think this plan was,
I bet that's one of the main now.
It's not going to work out for GeneralTso the way he wanted it to. But that being said, you know, TLO's building Vikings. He's getting ready to chase flying buildings. They can land and screwdriver these things down. I like the idea. I really do. And this is great for stall tactics if we didn't have some good times already set. But, you know, people like Morphilator at 8:18 and DinoZerg at like 8:12, they already set some really good times. And if you guys don't know, by the way, the times are displayed here for the top four. So unfortunately, well, this is a really cool tactic. I think generally for the spirit of the holdout challenges, it's ultimately not going to work. It's not going to buy enough time is what I'm getting to. Also, this is brilliant. So to not have to deal with dicking around, lifting, landing. Yeah, he was walking the Viking under the command center. There are some big brain plays happening, and the CC's burning. I think so TLO knows he can leave it. This building will be whatever. This is going to have to be discovered still. I do like that TLO is pretty much just taking the buildings down to being on fire, and then like there's really no point to sitting around shooting it further. It's all about killing him as quick as he can. Are you kidding me? When did this happen? Hello? Where did you, what? Okay. Oh, because it was the one that was built here. Oh my God, this is so stupid. Okay, buildings are not revealed yet for TLO, but they will be shortly, right? So he'll see this engineer bay probably just walking on top of it by accident. But GeneralTso is going to buy a lot of time because right now, like, there's things heading up here, but it's still going to take a long time for one Viking to kill a barracks, right?
Okay. Again.
I don't think it's a top time. I don't think it's even top 4, but this is pretty bloody brilliant if I do say so myself. He starts +1 and TLO tells him to out. Last building. Top left. So stupid.
I thought I got that one.
Systems.
Oh my god. He's like 20 seconds shy of actually getting top 4. Well, round 2, not even 8 minutes is correct, but we're gonna see. This is damn close to beating Sharpshooter. 716, 717, 717 for round number 2. Damn, that was better. His first time round, obviously he got 708, so he will. Oh, actually he does get top 4. I just had this incorrectly listed on the order. So he actually has top 4 with that timer, funny enough.